Hey guys, just got done with the glyph part. Hope you guys enjoy this. Please like, favorite, and subscribe. Hope you all enjoy. Y'all take care. Hey guys, welcome to the second installment of the Miss Pandaria Beta Warrior Guide. Today I'm going to be talking about the major and the minor glyphs. I want you to keep in mind that these are my beliefs and how I would spec and what I would do. I also want you to keep in mind that there are major and minor glyphs. There's no longer middle glyphs. Major glyphs are the ones that will make it game breaking, choose if you win or lose the game. Minor glyphs are just cosmetics. I'm going to go in order and tell you exactly what each glyph does. I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and ultimately it will be your choice. First, we're going to start with Blitz. Your charge stun stuns an additional 2 nearby targets. That's good. A lot of people go that in live right now because it's just an extra talent. You know, it's good, but it's not a game breaking ability. So just keep that in mind that there are better options. Okay, second we're going to do Bloodthirst. This is for Fury. Bloodthirst already heals you for 1% of your health. So what this will do is make you heal for 2% of your health. It's not a huge talent, but it's still pretty, it's not bad. Bull Rush. Your charge generates 10 additional rage. Now, 10 rage is good, but what you need to understand about Mr. Pandaria is that I believe there's only 4 abilities that actually take rage now. That's Heroic Strike, Slam, Shatter, and I believe, yes, Sweeping Strikes. Sweeping Strikes takes 30 rage. But that's really about it. All your other abilities are pretty much instant. They don't require rage. In fact, Mortal Strike generates rage now. So keep that in mind that it does sound good, but realistically, you're going to have plenty of rage. Colossal Smash. Your Colossal Smash also applies the Sunder Armor effect to your target. A lot of the warriors go this right now because it does give you a little extra damage. But in MOP, there are other options that will probably take precedence over it. It's good, but it'll honestly be your choice. Death from Above. This is huge. Okay, let's make this very clear. In Miss Pandaria, warriors are very mobile. Right now, our heroic leap is a 1-minute cooldown, but in Miss Pandaria, it's a 45-second cooldown. And if you glyph this, it makes it a 30-second cooldown and increases its damage by 100%. This is big. So it's going to do a lot of damage, and it's up every 30 seconds. That makes you extremely mobile. Now we're going to go to Enrage Regen, or Enrage Speed. While in Rage, you move 20% faster. This is actually really good. I really can't see anything bad about this because even if you're snared by 50%, that means you're 70% speed. So it's really good, but you have to be enraged to use it. You're not always going to be enraged. In fact, you don't enrage even half as much as you used to in live. So keep that in mind. Furious Sundering, reduce the cost of Sunder Armor by 100%. That just sounds like garbage. Honestly, I wouldn't take it. I just don't. Enough said on that. Gag Order. It used to be a talent. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants it. Trust me, if you verse any type of caster team, you want Gag Order. This is a game-breaking ability. It turns your pummel and your heroic throw into a 3-second silence. So say you miss that pummel, you still silence them for 3 seconds. It's amazing. You need it. Against melee cleaves, situational. You could definitely go other routes. Glyph of Hamstring. When you spend rage to apply hamstring, the rage cost of your next hamstring is reduced by 100%. Honestly, I personally feel this is garbage because hamstring is only 7 rage. And like I said, you're going to have plenty of rage. That's not going to be an issue. And there's no double hamstring. You can't give somebody, you can't immobilize them. So it's really useless. Heavy Repercussions. While your shield block is active, your shield slam hits for an additional 50% damage. That's a prot thing. I personally don't deal with prot, and I don't plan to be a tank in RBGs anymore because I hate it. Hindering Strikes. The Heroic Strike and Cleave now also reduce the movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. This is awesome. This is amazing. This means you don't have to snare them. You can just keep doing your PvP rotation. But keep in mind that it does remove one of the other major talent or major glyphs you can use. So just keep that in mind. Horse Voice. Reduces the cooldown and rage generation of your battle and commanding shout by 50%. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. I mean, when you want the amount of rage, you want that rage now. You don't want half of it and then half of it later. I could see this maybe working in PvP or PvE, but I don't see it in PvP working. Hold the Line's protection ability improves the damage of your next revenge by 50% following a successful parry. That's pretty good actually for PvP and as an RPG. Protection Insight. Use Devastate during Deadly Calm, reduces the cost of Heroic Strike and Cleave by an additional 20 rage. So that makes Heroic Strike 10 rage pretty much, and a Cleave by 10 rage. That's good for protection. I could see that really good as a PvE talent. Long Charge. I love Long Charge personally. But as you can see, I'm not Glyph Long Charge because there's just so many things that you can choose from. Long Charge gives you another 5 yards, so in case you need to get that Charge Throat or Charge Shockwave or Charge Fear or something like that, you have it. You know, you don't have to try to get closer to them. But that's usually close enough, so you don't have to. It's a good talent. Mortal Strike. When your Mortal Strike is affecting a target, healing effects on you are increased by 10%. Okay, so let's think about this. If you're below 35% health and your Mortal Strike is on somebody, okay, 3% health yes, okay, so it's 3% health per second, okay, and increased by 10%. That's pretty big. That's pretty awesome. And as we all know, warriors do not have survivability. We do not have any extra heals. All we have is Rally Cry, and that's better to use for the whole team more than just yourself. That would just be stupid to use it just for yourself because it's better for the team, especially when at clutch moments. This extra amount of HP is very worth it and very good. And also, whenever the healer heals you, it's 10% extra for what he was originally going to heal. I'm going to take it. Glyph of Overpower. Cleave hits increase the damage of your next overpower by 10%. I don't think it's worth it for PvP. PvE, when you do AoE situations, I could see it worth it, but not in PvP. Raging Wind for Fury. The Raging Blow hits increase the damage of your next Whirlwind by 10%. Once again, that's a PvE talent. You don't use Whirlwind because it just doesn't do the damage it needs to do in PvP. Recklessness. This is actually pretty awesome. I personally won't take it because when I want Recklessness, I want high burst. I don't care if it lasts only 12 seconds. I want high burst, like now. It decreases the critical strike chance of Recklessness by 20%, but increases its duration by 50%. So you have Recklessness up for longer, but you have a less chance to crit. And a MOP, it might be worth it right now at the beginning with how low the critical strike rating is going to be. I personally don't feel it's worth it, but that's a choice. Resonating Power. Increase the damage of cooldown of Thunderclap by 50%. Okay, let's make this very clear. The cooldown of Thunderclap doesn't really matter, okay? It's not that big to begin with. Now, the damage of Thunderclap, this is huge. When I hit somebody, it does about 40k. I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome. It can crit up to 40k. And it applies a bleed to everybody. So if you're playing WLD, that's another bleed, and that's another hit. And with the Heroic Leap, Thunderclap, boom. That's like 60k right there, and then bleeds on everybody. That's amazing. Rude Interruption. Successfully interrupt a spell with Pummel, increases damage by 5%. It's one of those nice-to-have things, but it's not something you'll want to take. You'll always have to get a perfect juke. Especially if you go gag order, that's completely useless. Shield Slam for protection. Your Celeste Slam now the spell is one magical effect. It's good, but it's for prot. Shield Wall. Shield Wall now reduces the damage taken by additional 20%, but its cooldown is increased by 2 minutes. That's good, but there are other things to go for. That is good, though. But I could see that maybe if you're doing RPGs. Spell Reflect. Reduces the cooldown of Spell Reflect by 5 seconds. Okay, it's at a 25-second cooldown, and you have 2 Spell Reflects. You have one on a 1 minute cooldown, one on a 25. If you take this, you have one on a 20-second. Spell Reflect's pretty big. Spell Reflect's pretty awesome. This is a great talent to take. If you don't take it, there are other options, but it is a good talent to take. Sweeping Strikes. When you hit the target with Sweeping Strikes, you gain 2 rage. My personal opinion, that's completely useless. Like I told you, you have no rage issues, so you really shouldn't take it, but it's your choice. Unending Rage. Increases your maximum rage by 20%. I could see that being useful for prot, just due to the fact that a lot of they don't generate rage from being attacked anymore, so they need all the rage they can get, and if they can build up 120 rage, that's just rage they can use for going like defensive and all those other things, because we both know that prot's pretty gimped right now in Miss Pandaria. Victory Rush. Increase your total healing provided by Victory Rush or healing by inventing victory following a kill by 50%. So that means when you kill somebody and you hit them and you're supposed to get 20%, you're going to get 30 or 25 or whatever. I don't really care. And then the 10% is 15. So it's really good. Whirlwind. Increase radius of Whirlwind by 4 yards. Really, that's the PvE talent. I'm not even going to talk about it. All right, now we're done with the major glyphs. What I personally chose, I chose Gag Order. That way I can always keep the caster silenced, and I can always heroic throw a healer, you know. It's a very clutch ability. I also picked Death from Above, which is the heroic leap reduces it, so my heroic leap's only 30 seconds, which gives me a lot more uptime on a target and does damage when I hit on them. Or it gives me a way to just get out of a situation that I don't want to be in more. And Glyph of Mortal Strike. That heal's just too good to give up, and warriors do not have the survivability. We don't have heals we can just heal ourselves with. We need something. Now I'm going to go to the minor glyphs. Blazing Trail. Your charge leaves a trail of fire in its wake. That's really cool. It looks awesome. And PvP, it's just cosmetic. It looks really cool. Blood Curdling Shout. Your battle shout and commanding shout terrify small animals. It's kind of stupid personally to me. I don't like it. Bloody Healing. Increase the healing you receive from bandages by 20% while your deep wounds is active. This is more of a dueling talent because even after deep wounds taken off. So it's really, because you have to be out. It's not very good. No, I'm sorry. It's stupid. Burning Anger. You get so angry when enraged that you catch on fire. This actually looks like a really awesome talent. Here, I'll show you. That's what it looks like. It's pretty cool. I like it, personally. Crow Feast. You execute critical strikes, summon a flock of carrying birds. That's pretty cool. It's just a little effect. Gushing Wounds. Your bloodthirst critical strikes are even bloodier than normal. That's pretty cool, too. If you're Fury, I would definitely take that one. Intimidating Shout. All targets of your intimidating shout now tremble in place instead of flee in fear. Do not take this for PvP. You want them to run away. You do not want them to stay next to you. It's good if they run away. Do not take this. Do not take this. Mighty Victory. When your Victory Rush or impending victory heal you, you glow slightly larger. Yeah, okay, that's stupid. Mystic Shout. Your battle shout and commanding shout cause you to hover in the air for 1 second. It's kind of cool, but it's nothing's fancy. Thunder Strike. Your thunderclap visuals include lightning strike. It's actually really cool. Here, I'll show you. That's what it looks like. It looks pretty cool, and it does some good damage. I personally chose the Get on Fire when you're angry, the Thunder Strike, and the Crow Feast. What you guys choose is your business, and that's totally cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will have another video out regarding what's good about arms, how to play arms, what the changes are with arms, and also please understand that Fury is now viable, and I will show everything that I know about Fury as well. Y'all take care, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.